Welcome back to another scalping lesson. Soil here, and today I want to teach you a 1-minute scalping strategy that is very accurate and profitable. Please make sure you watch this video until the end because I'll mention some important points which without paying attention to them, you won't be able to successfully run this trading strategy in practice. Alright, as I said, this is a 1-minute scalping strategy. So here we set the chart time frame on 1 minute. This is the price chart of euro to US dollar, but no limitation on this, and you can use this scalping strategy on any other asset or market, whether it's forex, crypto, or stocks. The only requirement in terms of the asset or market is trading volume and liquidity, because this is a scalping strategy and the profit and loss that we're going to take are small in terms of price movement, so we don't want to experience any unreal price gap or large spread between bid and ask prices that can damage our trade entry, stop loss, and profit. In this scalping strategy, we have 3 indicators. For adding them, here we click on indicators and we simply search their name. The first one that we should add is ADX. This one, average directional index, and we should change its settings. Here for ADX smoothing we set it at 15, and for DI length also we set it at 15. And then we should add a horizontal line here at 20 level, and in case if it's not set at 20, you can simply set it here in the settings here in this tab. Alright, the next indicator that we should add is Andean oscillator, this one, which is an editor specs indicator written by someone named Alex Grover, and we will use this indicator with its default settings. And the last indicator that we should add is TTM squeeze. We add this one, TTM Squeeze Pro, which is written by someone named BRD Fred, and also this indicator is used with its default settings in this strategy. Alright, everything is already set on the chart, and let's see how we trade based on this 1-minute scalping strategy. It's a very simple trading strategy and you just need to be focused and pay attention to the points that I'm gonna explain. This scalping strategy is a volatility based strategy, which means we try to catch increased volatility after a period of low volatility in the market, and this indicator will help us on this. If you're familiar with this indicator, so you know that these dots with different types of colors, which you see here in the middle of the indicator, shows different degree of squeeze in the market. When we get a green dot, it shows that the squeeze has fired and the market is going to advance or decline, and the histogram in this indicator will help us on the direction of the movement. When it's above 0, it shows upside momentum, and when it's below 0, it shows downside momentum. I have a complete guide to this indicator. The link is also placed in the description of this video, and I highly recommend you to watch it later so you will completely understand it and learn how to use it for trading. Alright, so in this trading strategy, the focus is on the times that we get a green dot. In this strategy, whatever the degree of squeeze, it's okay. We just need to have a green dot after a period of squeeze. When we get the green dot, we check the histogram to see if we have upside momentum or downside momentum, which in this case, you can see that we have upside momentum. Then we check Andean oscillator to see if the green line is above the orange line or not. In this case, the green line is already above the orange line. If it's not, we must wait until the green line crosses above the orange line. And when it crossed, this situation must be remained like this. I mean having green dots and the histogram above 0. Please pay attention that in this case, when we got the green dot here in Andean oscillator, the green line is already above the orange line. But in other times when we are waiting for the cross, we may have a change in the dots and the market may become squeezed again, or we may have changing in the histogram because of short-term volatility in the market, which I will explain later how you must deal with this situation. So make sure you continue watching this video and not missing the point. Alright, so here we got a green dot, the histogram is above 0, and in Andean oscillator the green line is above the orange line, and finally we must check ADX. ADX must be above 20, so the long position signal here is confirmed and we can enter a long position here as this new candle is opened. The stop loss for this trade is placed below the previous swing low, and take profit order is set at the level that makes risk to reward ratio equals 1.5. Alright, moving on the chart here, after these black dots we got a green dot here and the histogram is below 0, and then when we check the Andean oscillator we can see that the red line is still below the orange line and it couldn't cross above the orange line up to this point, but these are new sets of green dots. dots, because after this green dot, again we had squeeze, and from here we got green dot with histogram above 0. And besides this, ADX is below 20 up to this point, which you must also pay attention to ADX. Please pay attention, after we got green dot here, the histogram changed its position and went below 0, as you can see. And again after that went above 0, which this is because of short-term volatility of the market. The important point is that Andean oscillator and the histogram should match with each other. At this point that the green line goes above the orange line, our histogram should be above 0. Alright, so after having our green dot here, we got the green line in Andean oscillator above the orange line here at this point, but ADX is still below 20 and it's moving upward, so we can wait for the ADX to go above 20. And in the times that when it's above 20, if all the conditions are still remained based on our trading strategy, so we can enter a long position here when the ADX went above 20, which would be at the opening price of this candle. And this trade is also a successful trade. Alright. After this squeeze period, we got a green dot here, the histogram is below 0, and the red line crossed above the orange line here at this point, and ADX is above 20. So we can enter a short position here as this new candle is opened. And this trade is also a successful trade, as you can see. After this trade, after this period of squeeze, we got a green dot here at this point, and the histogram is also below 0, but before having the red line in Andean oscillator above the orange line, again this indicator went to squeeze, and here we got a green dot. Now the histogram is above 0, and in Andean oscillator the green line crossed above the orange line here at this point. ADX is above 20, so we can enter a long position here as this new candle is opened. And this trade is also a successful trade, as you can see, hitting our minimum target, which is risk to reward ratio of 1.5. After this trade, in this period of squeeze, we got a green dot here, the histogram is below 0, and here in Andean oscillator the red line crossed above the orange line here at this point, and ADX is also above 20, so we can enter a short position here as this new candle is opened, and we continue like this based on this 1 minute scalping strategy. Please pay attention that although this trading strategy is very accurate, but it doesn't mean that it generates 100% guaranteed signals. Losing trades are part of the game, and you need to manage the risk properly. There is a risk management strategy that is called 1% rule, and it's a perfect choice for scalping. I have a complete guide on this. The link is also placed in the description of this video, and I highly recommend you to watch it, because without a proper risk management strategy you won't be able to run this scalping strategy successfully and profitably. Not only for this strategy, but for any other trading strategies that you want to use, you need to manage your risk properly. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.